Berkecimpung di berbagai bidang selama 29 tahun, Liriawati akhirnya berlabuh di industri food and beverage Starbucks. Dan perempuan yang mengisi posisi sebagai Chief Operating Officer ini telah mengantarkan Starbucks menyabet berbagai macam penghargaan. Seperti apa kiprah dan inspirasinya? Saksikan di program Lady Boss.
Hi, my name is Liria. I'm the COO for PT Sari Coffee Indonesia, also better known as Starbucks Indonesia. Yeah, it's actually a very quick 30 years apparently. I was like, oh my God, it's 3 decades the way you put it, right? I graduated early, jadi aku umur 21 tuh udah istilah out and about and kerja. At 16, I was in college already. So it was an early start of my journey. And I love working. And supposedly after a year of work, I'm supposed to be going back to school. Tapi enggak. Jadi in the end, to me, working itu adalah sesuatu yang very pragmatic. It's real. I can see my results. And I'm surrounded with a lot of actually mentors, leaders, and bosses yang pinter-pinter, super pinter. And I really will look up to them and basically learn a lot of things. So I've been around basically over 30 years. I think this is the 7th job? So I've been actually around pretty much Philip Morris as a marketer and also as a salesperson. I was in Coca-Cola, I was in Samsung, Zulik Pharma. I was actually also in Lipo for the longest time. And then actually the reason why I landed up in here, which is basically an F&B retail, is because I have actually not done it. If you talk about basically telco udah, FMCG juga udah berapa kali, and then pharmaceutical juga sudah, electronic and telco juga udah. And the next thing is basically F&B retailing. And there's no better brand or company to work for when you talk about the best retail chain stores and managed properly, that's Starbucks. And again, and the driver behind that is mainly because we always happen to be a curious creatures gitu kan. Stay hungry and wanting to learn. Dan aku juga mungkin bosenan. Jadi sesuatu yang kalau udah mandi nih, aku udah bisa gitu ya. What's next? Mau lagi dong, apa lagi? The challenge is not there. So that's also the reason why I think I moved around. Tapi mostly are all in commercial, marketing, sales, trades, mostly under frontliners in terms of operational stuff. Oh, apa aja ya? I think in every stage of my career, there will always be a lot of challenges. Ya istilahnya kalau everything is always so smooth, apparently you might not be needed to begin with gitu kan ya. Tapi kalau misalnya we flashback in terms of the recent happening, I think ever since I'm in Starbucks, which is already about 7 years ago, it started the journey pretty okay, and then COVID happened, right? And then after the COVID happened, and then before we can actually relapse, rebound, and getting basically the sweet spot of things for about 9 months, and then a couple of things happened. The geopolitical happens that basically led us to be misjudged by the community, and that we have to straighten things out at every part of the day, and not to mention basically aggravated, diperburuk lagi dengan adanya ekonomi yang sekarang juga lumayan tidak mudah ya. So all these things put together, apparently memang it tires a lot of people, a lot of leaders, and I'm sure a lot of actually karyawan juga, yang dimana they do not, when things is good, semangatnya ada. When things is good, there's a lot of investment behind, and basically the way we do things adalah sesuatu yang mengejar. Tapi sekarang the mode is mostly about defend. I call it holding the fort. And the most important part when stuff like that happens is people, the demotivation of people, helping them to grow, seeing the positive side of things, and making them still motivated to come into work. Jadi biasanya kalau misalnya memang things happen to be hitting on me 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, dan one day juga kadang-kadang kita juga bisa ambruk gitu kan ya. Secara leader, what I'll do is basically I will stay away. Karena namanya leader itu adalah sosok yang dimana every one of your team will have got to look up to you. And if you are not at your best foot forward that day, that vibes is contagious to the team. Jadi memang secara leader itu sepi ya. It's always lonely up there. You will always have got to stay and portray the right symbol of strength, the right symbol of optimism, the fact that you can do attitude. So in time when you are yourself, you are still a human being. When you are basically at your down side of things, I usually will stay away, right? Stay away and try to find my strength. And I always believe that every hardship will always be able to find the positive things and the strength within the difficulties, if only if you can sight it. Jadi memang semuanya yang hal buruk pun sebenarnya kalau memang kita matanya jeli bisa melihat ada opportunity dan positive side of things gitu kan ya. So I stay away, find my strength, identify that opportunity and things that I need to do and basically plug myself up. And only when I plug myself up, boleh deh keluar lagi and try to how to gear my team so that they can see what I see, the vision, that mindset of change and the things that we do to change, and yuk together kita barengan. This is something that I always like to talk about. There are a lot of jobs out there in the marketplace, right? Sometimes the reason why you choose a job for a certain reason, and I will always remind our team, our partners at the ground level, the fact that don't forget why you choose the job to begin with, right? This is not a job. This is a vocational that differentiate you from choosing this job over the others, gitu kan ya. One thing that I really like about this, aside from basically we're doing the day-to-day commercials, tapi there's always another side of this job that is an obligation to us and everyone else that is working in this Starbucks is to give back to the community. Give back to community, be it the people that we are living with, our country, and basically the unprivileged, the special needs communities, all those kind of things that we do. And that makes, I think, our hardship and why we are here to serve lebih bermakna aja kali ya. And when I come here, I take it to the next level, whereby aside from basically teman-teman yang sudah mendedicate setiap personal time-nya mereka out of the stores to do CSR, to do on their communities. We have done a lot of actually initiative in collaborating with the underprivileged, like be it in autis komunitas, basically yang underprivileged, be it yang youth atau mungkin juga yang basically yang kayak Tata Puri, basically special needs gitu kan ya. We actually get together with them and do a lot of collaborations on merchandise supaya lebih kesannya adalah, hey guys, you guys are still luar biasa gitu kan ya. And I hope dengan adanya this collaboration mengingat mereka bahwa there is this medium that you can still shine and you are someone, and in fact I'm not basically sweet quoting, they are really very great. Cuman nggak ada peluang untuk mengekspos mereka dan membuktikan bahwa hey, you can do it gitu kan. I'm sure there are a lot of companies that is doing it, but nevertheless I want to do that more, right? I mean, from our part, if there is part of the komunitas and underprivileged, special cases, special needs, why don't we do that a lot? So we have been doing that to some extent, and at a certain times, we actually not only focusing on the person or the child or the youth, we also focus on the moms. Yang dimana the moms seringkali when we interview or basically we even talk to them just side by side when during our collaboration, they will be in tears, saying that, oh dulu my son so and so pernah sering dibully karena nggak pernah bisa mengutarakan dengan benar dan a bit slow in terms of response. Tapi today, thank you for giving that confidence back in him and all the wording until she shed in tears. That makes our job basically, I'm actually doing the right thing, gitu kan ya. Then I hope that feeling that I was having, I want to share it, and hopefully the customers are also feeling the same, not only the children, gitu kan. That is actually one of our biggest commitment. It took us about I think 2 years to get that done. Jadi bayangin our partners itu kalau misalnya training the barista itu biasanya dari Inggris kita translate ke bahasa. Nah ini Inggris translate bahasa translate lagi ke language-nya mereka. Dan to begin with, to translate that language and mengajar mereka, mau nggak mau mereka kan juga mesti belajar ya. Wah, belajar bahasa itu nggak mudah. And they actually did it 2 years. And then train the trainer. Nah, itu juga salah satu komitmen yang dimana kita, about Starbucks, about inclusivity, the fact that basically we want to give back komunitas yang underprivileged. That is basically one of the commitment that you will see day in, day out. That's actually a word. Instead of being just a great manager or leader, be a great multipliers. Gitu kali ya. So I think that is actually the pay forward kindness and inspiration. I think that is powerful. And let's do that more. Gitu kan. Wow, you should ask my kids then. I don't know what they think, but I think I always wants to become their friends. Jadi ibu yang basically teman juga. My kids are both 18 years old. Jadi masih istilahnya kocak-kocakan sama mereka. Tapi kalau misal marah ya strict juga gitu kan ya. Tapi yang terpenting untuk aku adalah bertemanlah dengan your kids. Karena only when you are basically in the same level, you create that accessibility supaya cerita dan updates what happened to your kids will always continue. Karena sekarang ini hal-hal banyak banget cerita yang dimana mereka stressful, mental health issue, peer pressures, competition, whatever it is, you name it. The issues of social problems are getting more complex and getting more and more. Jadi, in order for safeguarding our children to make sure that they are okay, you have got to continue making sure that communication and that updates ongoing. The moment you start saying no this, no that, whatsoever, they shut you off. That's it. You don't know where they are. You can't check on them. You can't know whether or not you are giving the right advice or not. So I think that's the first thing. And secondly, aside from that relationship with the children, the values that I always tell them adalah, nak, in your time, by the time you come out from college, everybody udah pasti pinter. Itu udah hygiene. Education udah pasti lebih baik. Semuanya udah pasti pinter-pinter, itu udah given. Tapi untuk kalian bisa survive and stands out, it's not only about being pinter and academically atau where you come from, tapi adalah karakter. Jadi banyak yang pintar tapi tidak ada karakter. And company nowadays are looking for yang namanya grit. Grit itu apa ya? Kegigihan ya bahasa Indonesianya. Kegigihan. Yang dimana seringkali kita tahu ya, always stereotyping them as a culture atau a generation yang pintar banget tapi nggak gigih gitu kan ya. So what the company is looking for adalah bagaimana caranya you are agile enough. Kalau misal sampai drop, you can pick yourself up. Itu nggak sesuatu yang everybody can master. Karena our social life is actually getting better. And that makes us softer, ironically. Gitu kan. So, be smart is a hygiene. Resilience and grit is bekal for you to success. Jadi, janganlah pernah takut yang namanya susah. Karena susah itu adalah practice for you to become successful. I don't even know whether I've actually struck that work-life balance though. I think I'm still striving for that. But I guess it's something that has always been in the back of my mind. Yang dimana you have to always be self-conscious about that balance. Kalau tidak, it's always me easily get away and drown into day-to-day work, deadlines, things to do, disciplinary, and forget about the other side of things, right? So I think it's self-aware to have that balance and always be present, gitu kali ya. Jadi seringkali kalau misalnya udah after office hour, udah pegang kerjaan, especially weekends with the kids, udah ngebahas mengenai kerjaan, udah ngelihat mau coret-coret lagi gitu ya. You just have to drop it and tell yourself, be present. Dan apalagi sekarang, lebih obvious lagi nih, my kids are going abroad very soon. Jadi mau nggak mau, this is the time. I'm not going to waste it, right? So, to me, I think that's the balance and baby steps. Hopefully, it will improve and yeah, that's self-awareness all the time. I'll try to find once in a while sneak time, tapi it's getting so hard, right? I used to exercise so much, but now it's so difficult to exercise. I bring exercise back home at night, but even that sekarang juga udah it's a challenge gitu kan. But in the end, when you grow up that ladder, when you have so many people, and with age, experience, things will always get more. Gitu kan. There will always be a lot of things that is going to be needs to be done and needs your attention. And I bet even my young children, when they get out of college one day, pekerjaan yang mereka mesti tanganin atau manage will definitely be a lot more. Maybe during that time, they will no longer actually be able to have actually one single job, but maybe multiple tasks, multiple jobs. Jadi memang dengan digitization, dengan pekerjaan sekarang, dunia sekarang, social sekarang, I think we are being demanded to do more and a lot faster juga. Jadi in the end, it's just a sprint in a marathon race. And the question is, mau ikut atau enggak gitu kan ya. In the end, you just have to reflect back, self-conscious on that balance, and also try to once in a while reflect, I need to change. Itu kali ya. Karena because apparently in the past, kita mungkin cewek tuh when our leadership is by coaching. And when I say leadership by coaching, itu cewek tuh benar-benar coaching. A piece of paper, leading by example, mengurai satu persatu, so hopefully they understand and get going. Very different with guys kan, big picture gitu kan. Tapi growing that ladders, I somehow still tend to basically coach them one by one, tapi lelah lah, because you got more people gitu kan ya. Jadi in the end you have to reflect and change the way how you can actually manage people and still deliver the same result. As I mentioned, not only be a great manager or leader, but be a great multiplier gitu kan ya. Coach to a certain extent, tapi creating vision and also allowing them to make mistake, and then learning through the process is a lot more powerful than me telling them the answers. Tapi ya, you need time, which means that basically once we need to start coaching the new team with this time, you just need to have kesabaran aja sih. So in the end, it's a mindset change ya. But again, you have to do it. I force myself to do it. Kadang-kadang juga cenderung balik lagi nih, sukanya basically paper and pencil, tapi, yeah. I do a lot of basically everything that I have in my mind, I will try to put it in, right? And kalau misalnya lagi nganggur, give me a piece of paper and a pen, I will scribble. Framework, whatsoever, I don't know. Itu sih. Jadi, because to me, it's a way of me capturing my thoughts supaya nggak lupa onto a piece of paper. If I put everything in here, gazillion things that I need to do, itu akan stress. Jadi lebih baik I tuangkan in a place where I know if I need something, I can revert back to. So I do a lot of writings. Definitely, maybe with age as well, and the fact that I think that when a country or when a society is getting more advanced, you are more peculiar in terms of health, gitu kan ya. Bahwa life adalah is a gift. So health is the enablers for you to enjoy the gift. And the fact that we have seen friends around whatsoever, you appreciate that even more because I want to live healthy for my children, gitu kan ya. So to me, my dreams is basically to keep that so that all and everything else that I want to do is achievable. Kedua, my dreams is mostly about the success of my kids, gitu kan ya. I have been leading, hopefully has become the aspirational figure so that they become bertumbuh menjadi wanita yang tegar, sukses juga, dan the best for them. And aside from basically that figure, once basically they go college and get out of and into the world, I'm actually hoping the fact that I'll be around them to basically be their advisory, hopeful that we can help them along the way because life is just going to get a lot more challenging down the road, right? So that is my vision, see, in terms of what I want to do. But other than that, well, taking care of my health, taking care of my kids. Again, doing something that is busy that I love, doing something that I love and with people I like. And dengan harapan one day if I have something of my own, keeping myself busy. Again, don't forget that we need to continuously sharpen our mind, continue to think, continue to gerak gitu kan ya. That will be my ultimate sih. So take things slow, tapi still challenging and doing something that makes you feel useful. Yeah. The last word, and maybe one word for everyone out there, we women, I will actually choose that word, grit, right? To me, there's nothing basically that we can't do. To me, everything you can do as long as you put your heart onto it. And once you do it, practice it, it becomes a habit. And never let anyone tell you otherwise. So stay your grit. Thank you.